What do you do when the quietest part of your morning is your own body? It's not just a lack of energy. It's a fading of an inner fire you once took for granted. It's the private shame of feeling disconnected from the very core of your masculine vitality. And most men suffer this in silence, believing it's just the price of getting older. But what if I told you that this quiet struggle is not just about sex or your ego? What if it's your body's earliest and most honest warning signal? A direct message about the health of your heart, your circulation, and your future independence? And that is exactly why this space exists. Welcome to Senior Health and Life, the place where we face these truths with courage. Today, we are breaking that silence. We're not just giving you advice. We're handing you the owner's manual for your own body that you were never given. A guide to 7 simple morning habits that can help you relight that inner fire. And you will not want to miss a single second, because the 6th habit is the one most men get wrong, and it holds the secret to protecting yourself from long-term damage. Before we begin, if you believe that taking control of your health is the ultimate act of strength, let us know with the word control in the comments below. Most men start their day with a cup of coffee. We focus on the world outside, the news, the weather, the plans for the day. But we have been taught for a lifetime to ignore the world inside, especially the parts of ourselves below the belt. We treat our own bodies with a kind of respectful neglect, hoping that if we don't pay too much attention, nothing will go wrong. But your body's always speaking to you. And the first few minutes after you wake up, that's when it's talking the loudest. To understand this journey back to yourself, let me tell you the story of Frank, a 74-year-old retired mechanic. He was a man who spent his life understanding engines, but had forgotten how to listen to his own. His journey began with the simplest and most overlooked act of self-respect, and it brings us to our very first habit. Number 1, the morning inspection. Look before you go. This might sound strange at first, but it's the single most important piece of advice I can give you. The moment you wake up, take a moment to simply look at your penis. Not with judgment, not with shame, just with quiet, neutral attention. You see, we grew up in a time when men just didn't talk about these things. It feels awkward, even unnecessary. But what does that awkwardness feel like in your body? It's a tightening in the chest, a desire to look away quickly. It's the voice of a lifetime of conditioning that told you, don't look, don't touch, don't talk about it. But here's the truth from a medical standpoint. Some of the most serious conditions are caught not because of pain, but because of a quiet observation in the morning. Infections, minor skin irritations, even the earliest signs of cancer often show themselves as small visual changes long before they ever hurt. A redness, a small bump, an unexpected discharge. These are not just cosmetic issues. They are signals. They are your body's early warning system. Frank, the mechanic, used to think that as long as the engine was running, you didn't need to look under the hood, until he noticed a small, persistent patch of dry skin. He almost ignored it, but a quiet voice prompted him to mention it at his next checkup. It turned out to be a precancerous lesion, something we caught and treated with a simple cream. If he hadn't looked, if he had waited for it to hurt, the story would have been very different. Think of it this way. You would never start a long road trip without checking the oil in your car. This is the same thing. It is not a chore. It is an act of smart preparation, of quiet confidence. But this is just the external check. The next habit is about what you do on the inside before you even take your first step of the day. And it's something most men do in the wrong order. Number 2, hydrate first, urinate second. For most of our lives, the first thing we do upon waking is head straight to the bathroom. The pressure is there, and our body says, go now. It's a habit carved in stone. But what if I told you that by obeying that first urge, you're missing a crucial opportunity, a chance to do something profoundly good for your entire system? Here's what's happening behind the scenes. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body's naturally dehydrated. Your blood is literally thicker, making your heart work harder to pump it. Your circulation is sluggish, and your kidneys are trying to filter waste with limited resources. When you urinate first, you are depleting your body of even more fluid before you've given it anything back. The secret that healthier older men often share is this: they reach for water before they reach for the toilet. Keep a glass of room temperature water on your nightstand. Before your feet even hit the floor, drink it. This one simple act is like gently priming a cold engine before you turn the key. It thins your blood, it wakes up your metabolism, and it signals to your kidneys that it's safe to begin the day's work of flushing out toxins. Most importantly, it immediately begins to improve circulation to your pelvic region, sending fresh, hydrated blood to the very tissues that need it for healthy erectile and urinary function. This isn't just a theory. I've had countless men tell me they adopted this one habit and within weeks noticed a stronger urinary stream, less straining, and more reliable morning erections. It's a small change with a remarkable impact. If these first two simple shifts already make sense to you, let me know by commenting the word foundation below. It tells me we're building this knowledge together. Now that the engine is primed, the next step is to get the fuel flowing, and it takes less than 60 seconds. Number 3, the 60-second wake-up stretch. I used to think stretching was for athletes, something for the younger crowd. But as the years passed, I began to notice the morning stiffness, not just in my back or knees, but a deeper feeling of being stuck. That stiffness is a sign of stagnant circulation. Your penis is a vascular organ, which is a clinical way of saying it is a sponge that depends entirely on healthy blood flow to function. When you've been lying still for hours, especially as we age, the circulation to your lower body slows to a crawl. The quiet rivers of blood flow that feed the nerves and tissues of your pelvic region become sluggish. The solution is not an intense workout. It's a simple 60-second stretch right beside your bed. Breathe in deeply and lift your arms overhead, then gently twist from side to side. You can even march gently in place, lifting one knee, then the other. That's it. You're not trying to touch your toes. You're simply telling your body's circulatory system to wake up. You are sending the first gentle waves of fresh, oxygenated blood down to your pelvis, warming up the entire system. Many of my patients are stunned by how much better they feel after just a week of this. They report a stronger stream, more control, and more confidence, because when the engine is warm, it runs better. But while you're warming up, your body is giving you another crucial piece of data, a signal that most men notice, but tragically misunderstand. Number 4, acknowledge the morning erection. Read the dashboard. I know this is the part where most men get uncomfortable. But as your guide, I want to tell you something important. Your morning erection is not about sex. It is one of the most honest signals on your body's dashboard, a direct report on the health of your heart, your hormones, and your nerves. You don't need to obsess over it. Just acknowledge it. Was it there this morning? Was it as firm as it used to be? When you wake up with a healthy erection, it's your body's way of telling you that everything is connected and working in harmony. It means your circulation is strong enough to reach the smallest vessels, your testosterone is flowing as it should, and the vital nerve pathways from your brain are clear and intact. When that signal begins to fade or disappears entirely over time, it is not just a sign of getting older, it is a check engine light. It could be one of the very first signs of developing cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or a hormonal imbalance. This is where Frank's story could have gone very differently. He noticed his morning erections had been absent for the better part of a year. He felt a quiet shame and told himself it was just his age. But remembering our conversation about dashboard lights, he mentioned it. We ran some simple tests and discovered an early-stage blockage in one of his arteries. We caught it years before it would have led to a major heart event, all because he learned to read a silent signal he had been taught to ignore. Paying attention to this isn't a source of anxiety. It is an act of taking control. But the next habit happens in the shower, and it's where most men, with the best intentions, are quietly doing more harm than good. Number 5, clean with respect, not with force for years. I believed a good strong soap and a hot shower was the best way to start the day, clean and fresh. I didn't think twice about scrubbing every part of my body with the same vigor as washing a car. But the skin of your penis is not the hood of a car. It is thin, sensitive, and protected by a delicate balance of natural oils and healthy bacteria. Harsh, scented soaps, very hot water, and aggressive scrubbing can strip away that natural protection, leaving the skin dry, irritated, or even cracked. Over time, this can lead to chronic inflammation, infections, or a persistent discomfort that feels like it came out of nowhere. The solution is about respect. Use lukewarm water and a mild, unscented soap. If you are uncircumcised, gently retract the foreskin and rinse underneath. No force, no rush. Just gentle, consistent care. There is a quiet dignity in treating your body with respect. These moments of care in the shower, done with attention rather than on autopilot, set the tone for how you treat yourself the rest of the day. I hope you're finding this empowering. We're about to get to the final two habits, including the one most men get wrong. If you're getting value from this, take a quick second to hit that subscribe button so you never miss what's coming. Now, let's talk about the fuel you put in the engine. Number 6, fuel with a penis-friendly breakfast. This is the habit I mentioned at the beginning, the one most men skip, but where we see the earliest signs of trouble. Like a lot of men from my generation, I grew up reaching for whatever was fast. Eggs, toast, a few strips of bacon. It wasn't until later in life that I understood just how profoundly that first meal impacts your male health. Here's the simple truth. The standard American breakfast, loaded with processed meats, sugar, and refined carbs, is a recipe for inflammation and hormonal disruption. Foods high in saturated fats and sodium can actively lower your testosterone levels and constrict your blood vessels, making it harder for blood to circulate to the very places you need it most. So what does a penis-friendly breakfast look like? It's simpler than you think. It's a bowl of oatmeal topped with walnuts and blueberries. It's a slice of whole grain toast with avocado. It's a hard-boiled egg. These foods are rich in omega-3s, antioxidants, and zinc, nutrients that actively fight inflammation, support testosterone production, and help keep your blood vessels flexible and open. Think of it this way. You wouldn't put cheap, low-octane fuel in a high-performance engine. Your body is the most important engine you will ever own. Fueling it with intention is a fundamental act of self-care, because small changes at the table can lead to powerful changes everywhere else. Number 7, sit less. Move after your meal. I remember the first time I really noticed it, the stiffness in my hips after a long breakfast spent just sitting and reading the paper. It's a feeling many of us know well, but that stiffness is more than just an inconvenience. When we sit for long periods, especially in the morning when circulation is already slower, we are compressing the pelvic floor, restricting blood flow to our entire lower body. For older men, this chronic lack of circulation doesn't just affect comfort. It directly impacts erectile function, urinary control, and long-term tissue health. Don't let your favorite chair become a cage. The solution is surprisingly simple. After you finish breakfast, get up and move for just 5 minutes. Not a workout, just a gentle stroll around the house, out to the mailbox, or even just down the hallway and back. This one small act wakes up your circulatory system. It reduces pelvic congestion and helps everything down there work the way it should. We were not made to sit still all day. Our bodies are designed for movement, and that movement is what preserves our strength, our function, and our dignity well into our later years. If you are still here with me, I want to say thank you, not just for watching, but for caring about yourself enough to listen. For a lot of men, paying attention to your body, especially your penis, can feel uncomfortable, even unnecessary. But the truth is, it's one of the most powerful, self-respecting things you can do. These 7 habits are not flashy medical procedures. They are quiet, simple acts of dignity: a morning inspection, hydrating first, a gentle stretch, reading the signals, cleaning with respect, fueling with intention, and moving after your meal. Together, they send a powerful message to your body, a message that you are still here, still paying attention, and still invested in your own health. I have sat across from hundreds of men who thought it was too late to change, and I have watched them regain strength, improve function, and rediscover a part of themselves they thought was long gone. Not because of some miracle drug, but because they started listening and they started caring. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to fix everything overnight. But if you start small and stay consistent, your body will respond in ways that will surprise you. Your health, your confidence, and your sense of control are all still within reach. You just have to decide that you are worth the effort. If this video spoke to you, I invite you to share it with a friend or leave a comment below and let me know which tip stood out the most. Because your story matters and it's never too late to write the next chapter. If this video helped you in any way, please give it a like. It lets me know this content matters, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I read every single one. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss new advice, made just for your health, your confidence, and your quality of life. You are not alone on this journey.